The Royal Enfield Classic 350 Reborn. Why is there such a hype about this retro bike? Today I will do a test ride with the Royal Enfield and I will try, of course, to find out if it's possible to have fun with this 350cc beautiful retro bike. Before I start my test ride, I will give you some technical details about the bike. The weight of the Royal Enfield Classic 350 is 195 kilograms. It has a seat height of 805 millimeters, has a gas tank of 13 liters volume and fuel consumption of about 2.6 liters per 100 kilometers. The engine has 349 cubic centimeters, has a 1-cylinder and 2 valves, has a maximum power of 20.2 horsepower at 6,100 RPM and a maximum torque of 27 Newton meters at 4,000 RPM. The cooling system is air-cooled. It has the compliance with the emission standards of Euro 5. The Royal Enfield has 5 gears. Frame design is a double loop tubular frame. The wheelbase is 1,390 millimeters. At the front it has a telescopic fork with a suspension travel of 130 millimeters and at the back a 2-arm swing. The front tire size is 190/19, the rear tire size 120/80 and 18. The brakes, we have an ABS system. The front brake is a single disc design. We have a front brake diameter of 300 millimeters and the rear brake has a diameter of 270 millimeters. I will show you some details of the bike. First, the overall look. If you're a friend of classic bikes, this bike is really beautiful. It's well made, quality looks very good on all parts. And if you look at the details, like the chrome tank, the beautiful emblem, the paint is really nice, well done. It's like a bronze metallic paint. And everything on this bike, and this is very special, everything is made out of metal. So the cover of the headlamp here, metal. Fenders, all metal. Even the side covers, metal. Which of course makes it a little bit more heavy. 195 kilograms is not that light. But the look overall and the quality and the finish is really, really amazing. So if you are going for a classic bike, I absolutely love this look. Also the front with these small bulb lights here. Some very nice details everywhere. If you look at the cockpit, of course, everything is analog. We have a small digital info here, LCD. In the small LCD display we have a fuel gauge, and here on the side there is a small info button, and if you push it then you get the odor, the time, and of course trip 1 and trip 2. It's very basic, you don't need that much on a classic bike. Analog speedometer, you can see the neutral but there's no gear indicator. Also on the handlebars everything very basic. Kill switch and starter switch, hazard lights here, turn signals, horn, and the high beam here. To open the side boxes you don't need any tools, you just take your key, you can open it. Here on the left side there's the air filter inside, on the right side there's the battery and some tools. Of course it's a chain drive, we have spoked wheels and they look really beautiful on this bike. The seat, it's 2 single seats, it's quite soft but seems to be quite comfortable. I will tell you when I'm riding the bike. This here is an extra. It's a saddlebag holder from Hepco and Becker, especially for the Classic 350. And on the back there's a luggage rack. This is the original one from Royal Enfield. You can see it here. So you can put some luggage on the back too. As with many classic bikes, you can customize a lot. There are a lot of parts that you can change, a lot of accessories. So for sure, for everyone who likes classic bikes and likes to customize them a little, it's a lot of fun with this bike. What is always important for me is the seating comfort on a bike. So I will show you how I sit on this small bike. My height is 188 centimeters and of course I can flat foot without any problem. but much more important is the position of the foot pegs. And this is really comfortable. I can change my position on the seat a little bit. I can go more forward, upright position, or I can go a little bit more backwards so that I'm a little bit more forward leaning. But the angle of the legs is very comfortable. On many bikes, the foot pegs are a little bit more backwards. This was the same on my Bonneville, on my Triumph Bonneville. The seating position was a little bit more like that. And with my legs, I always had a problem that the legs start to hurt very fast. Yeah, and here, it's much more comfortable. You have a nearly 90-degree angle. Blood flow is not interrupted. Sitting position feels quite comfortable, but I will tell you more when I'm riding. The handlebars are not that wide, a little more narrow, but this is maybe good for handling in the city. These are the details of the Royal Enfield Classic 350, and I'm quite curious now how it rides, so let's go for a test ride. Let's start. So I will start with the seating position. It's very comfortable. The seat is really soft and comfy. Enough place even for me because I'm 188 and very often I have problems with my legs or with my overall position on the bike. But here, no problem at all. Very comfortable. Legs in a good position. The exhaust sounds very good. With this bike I cannot go too fast today because it's brand new. It just has, let me see, 34 kilometers. So it's in the break-in period. But what is really nice is this view on your bike. Very special. The shape of the metal here around the speedometer. Everything very classic. Small lens hood at the front. Lots of chrome. The mirrors are okay. Quite good. Yeah, I just can see a little bit of my arms, but not that much. So they are wide enough. So I can go a little bit faster here. So 5th gear now on the country road, 80 kilometers. There are no vibrations, nothing. Bike is very stable. It's made for country roads with cruising speeds around, let's say, 80 to 100. So we're at 100 now. And it feels good. It feels very comfortable. Also in curves, very confident, gives a good feeling. Let's test the brakes. Wow, absolutely okay. Not aggressive, of course not, but these Bybree, which is a cheaper brand from Brembo, these Bybree brakes at the front and rear with a 30 centimeter disc on the front. It's absolutely enough for this kind of riding, for this speed. Of course, it doesn't make so much sense to talk about acceleration, engine power, top speed, all that kind of stuff. This bike is not made for that. This bike is a cruiser. It's about the look, it's about the feel, and about the way it brings a smile on your face. And this is what riding a motorcycle is about. If you prefer to ride fast, go in fast corners, go to top speed, maximum acceleration, or if you like to just cruise around, enjoy the nature and the way you're riding. 80 kilometers, cruising speed, this is perfect. I cannot go for the top speed now because it's a new bike. It will make about 115, 120 kilometers per hour. If you are interested, I will of course make a top speed test in a future video. This bike is made for riding in low revs, watching the scenery, enjoying the weather. It's a good bike for beginners because it's not too tall. You can also get a lower seat. It's quite easy to handle, and of course it looks amazing. It's so beautiful. All the finish of the paint, the chrome. I really love it. This design, it's a cooperation between British and Indian designers. They did a real good job. It's so much fun riding this bike. It's just pure enjoyment. It's no stress at all. Because you don't think about the power, you don't think about how fast can I go in this curve, take these twisties. It's just push and go. 5 gears. The engine is fantastic. Everything runs very soft. I don't know how it is if you are riding this bike 2 up, but I think it will be fine too. I have to go a little bit closer to the exhaust just to show you the sound. So this is the engine sound. I mean, it's amazing. For this small 350cc, this kind of sound, fantastic. So what are my final thoughts about the Royal Enfield Classic 350? It's first a beautiful bike. If you like retro bikes and classic bikes, this is an amazing bike. It's beautiful. It looks classic everywhere. No water-cooled engine. Everything is like in the 40s, 50s, and it looks really beautiful. And how is it to ride the bike? Depends what you expect from a bike. If you are someone who prefers to enjoy acceleration of a bike, to take fast curves and drive more dynamically, this is not a bike for you. It's more a bike for cruisers, people who want to enjoy the landscape, travel, make a trip on the weekend, and it's stressless. What you feel immediately or after a few minutes when you ride this bike, it brings you in something like a Zen atmosphere. It's bringing you down, it calms everything down, because you don't have the chance to ride it fast. Even if you push the throttle, I mean, okay, it's moving, yes, but of course you cannot expect much. It's 20 horsepower. But for this kind of bike, for this size, it's absolutely enough. It moves the bike. You can for sure get up to 115, 120 kilometers. So if you are on the country road and you are traveling, your cruising speed will be maybe about 100 kilometers per hour. And that's fine. It's enough for this kind of bike. It's enough. The range is good. You have a fuel consumption of 2.6 liters, which is amazing. 13-liter tank, so a range of more than 400 kilometers. The brakes are good. They are from Breeze, so not the hardest, of course, but enough to bring this bike to a safe stand. One of the major benefits of this bike is the sound, even if it's a small 350cc engine. But the sound of the engine in combination with the exhaust, well done, sounds really, really good. So, and last but not least, the price. This bike costs in Germany, it's 5,400 euro. Of course, you can get lots of painted versions. You get chrome with red, you can get a black one, a light blue, gray, some army style green. So you can choose from so many color variations. And the price, I think it's a good price, 5,400 euro for a brand new bike. So would I buy a Royal Enfield Classic 350? For sure, yes. I'm a cruiser. I'm enjoying the ride when I'm going a little bit slower and enjoy places, have a look at beautiful nature, beautiful towns, do some sightseeing, and this is a good bike for that. So at the end, I can give the Royal Enfield a big thumbs up, and this one for sure gives me a big smile on my face when I ride it. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I see you in the next one. Take care and cheers.